Now let's begin.
3, 2, 1.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Fro Thizzle in the building. And today I'm going to be talking about the brand new 2023 film and sequel, Scream 6. Heads up, there will be spoilers in this video. If you don't want spoilers, click off now, watch the movie, and come back. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. This review is going to be coming from somebody who didn't love the last Scream film, Scream 5. There were things I did enjoy about it, but overall there were a couple decisions that I got pissed off about. Mainly, spoilers, Dewey's death. It rubbed me the wrong way, very much so. How he died and who killed him, etc. But I'm going to save that for a Scream 5 review. Scream 6. I went into the theater, and long story short, I had a good time. Having said that, I do have my problems with the film. I'm going to break down what I thought about the characters first. One of my bigger problems with Scream 5 was Melissa Barrera as Sam. I thought her performance was very cardboard, one note, and I just wasn't a fan of her overall acting in Scream 5. But I gotta say, I feel that she did step it up for Scream 6, and I did care more for the Sam character this time around. Because in Scream 5, I did not care about her whatsoever. I thought she could be easily replaceable with anybody on the planet. But I felt Melissa Barrera really started to fit into the character this time around. More so hand in gloves. I felt like she started to understand the character more. The emotion was a bit there for me. Just overall, a pretty decent job. And I feel the same way with a lot of characters in this film. Me personally, I didn't care so much for any of the new characters in 5. Out of the new bunch, the only one that I cared for in Scream 5 was Jenna Ortega as Tara, mainly because I enjoy her work. And again, I thought she was one of the better characters in this film as well, in Scream 6. We do get a bit of the sibling rivalry between the sisters Tara and Sam, but again, Scream 6 did make me start to care more for the sisters and the overall new bunch. I do like Chad. I think he's a pretty likable character, has some of the funnier lines in the film. There's one scene where Tara and Chad are about to kiss, and then the roommate Quinn pops in and cock blocks, and I think Chad's something like, hey, stop saying cock. Like, I don't know. The line made me laugh. I was like, okay, it gave me a pretty big laugh. Having said that, spoilers. There is no way or reason that Chad should have survived at the end of the film. This dude got stabbed 50 times by 2 ghost faces in a pretty brutal fashion. So for him to get stabbed the fuck up like that and live is pretty crazy. But that was one of my bigger problems with the movie. This happens to a lot of characters that end up getting brutally injured or should have been fatally fucking stabbed, etc. And they're still running around living. I do gotta say that I'm not a big fan of the Mindy character, Chad's sister. She's not necessarily bad. I'm just not a fan of her being the new replacement for Randy. That's what she pretty much is for the new bunch. Mindy explaining how the film and the franchise is working, how the people are getting killed off, how the films are connected. She did this in Scream 5, so when she did this again in Scream 6, it kind of felt a little, I don't know, rinse and repeat. And not only that, the way this scene was handled in Scream 6, where they're all together and she's breaking it all down, it just felt pretty weird and wonky to me. Mindy has a new girlfriend named Anika, I believe, in this film. And I thought this character was kind of there. Not bad either, just there. Like, I felt she could have been easily replaceable with anybody else. But, spoilers, I did enjoy her death scene. I can't front. She got a double death in my viewing and through my eyes. She almost damn near gets gutted. Then she's the one that falls off the fucking ladder when they have to climb across the ladder from this apartment to Sam's boyfriend's apartment and shit. Anika, she's all fucked up and she's like, oh, I can't do it. And she falls off the damn ladder and she smashes her fucking head in on one of the dumpsters. My guess is she falls at least 100 feet, maybe a little less, but it was a lot. So you see her smashed up head on the floor. You're like, damn, well, pretty decent death. I thought that was solid. I didn't really care for Samantha's sex-crazed roommate, Quinn. She has a couple attempts on landing humor here and there, but didn't really land for me. And spoilers, again, I'm going to talk about a character when we get towards the end. The other new guy, Ethan, I thought he was okay. He did make me chuckle maybe once or twice, but again, I felt he was easily replaceable as well. So far, besides Chad, who I did enjoy more in this film, Sam, who I did enjoy more in this film, and I did like Tara again in this film, perhaps a bit more, I felt the other characters that were introduced into the group, Ethan, Anika, and Quinn, were very much replaceable. In my opinion, should have had a little bit more meat built around their characters. I did like Kirby in this movie, and it was nice seeing Hayden Panettiere come back in this film. It was a nice return. But there is one point in the film when we get, I believe, towards the third act, where they try to twist some things about her character to make you believe that she went crazy and shit like that. And I wasn't really rocking too much with this decision. Thankfully, it's not long-winded, and it does end rather quickly. But I just thought it was a pretty weird decision. Here she's an FBI agent, and she's helping the new bunch go after Ghostface. I will admit, I felt that Kirby had a bit more life to her in Scream 4. But from my viewing, it was still nice to see Hayden come back. I am happy that they didn't kill her off. I thought it was a cool decision to have her live at the end. I do have mixed thoughts on Gail in this movie. My favorite scene of hers in the movie is in the trailer. It's the one that they marketed very heavily. She does live. And that did throw me for a loop, because I was the guy saying it before the movie was even released that they were going to kill Gail. I just had a feeling that they were going to do it. And this film comes very close to it. At one point you think they're going to do it, but they back out and they decide to have her live. Now, this is coming from somebody who doesn't have Gail as his favorite character of the original three. Dewey was always my personal favorite character of the franchise, especially the original entries. And just saying again, I hated how they handled Dewey in 5. I did not like how they handled his character whatsoever. I'm a big fan of David Arquette, loved the character Dewey overall, so it was very heartbreaking to see what the filmmakers reduced Dewey's character to in 5. I thought it was pretty fucked up, especially for my favorite character of the whole Scream franchise. And this is all personal. It's all personal fro thoughts. And I thought it was pretty messed up for Gail to have a new dude like a year after Dewey's brutal murder. I know grief touches different people, and I'm sure people can see whoever they want after somebody passes, but it just rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, damn, only a fucking year? Damn, Gail, damn. The biggest problem I had with Gail's character is that in 5, she says, she's going to write the book about Dewey. I believe she's not going to really go after any more journalism. She's going to kind of lay back. In 6, when we first see her, she's right back to being reporter Gail. And it rubs the wrong way with the new girls. They're like, what the fuck? Like, what, so Tara punches Gail in the face. And I just thought that was a weird introduction for Gail in this movie. And for those wondering, we do not see Sydney at all in this film. Nev Campbell is not in this movie whatsoever. There are drawings of Sydney in the shrine scene when we see all the ghost faces together and all the materials and everything from the previous entries of the whole franchise. We see Billy's old knives. We see the knives that were used in the murders of 1, 2, 3, and 4, I believe even 5. And we come to find out, spoilers, that Richie was the one that gathered all these things together because he was so obsessed with the Scream franchise or the Stab movies, or both. Which brings me to the ending, and one of my bigger problems of the film. I thought the final act was very underwhelming. I didn't rock with the killer reveal. I didn't care for who the killers were. I was actually a little bit sunken to find out who one of them was because I predicted it the whole movie. And I hate to sound like that guy, but spoilers. Big time spoilers. I keep saying spoilers because I don't want any comments that are like, oh, you asshole, you spoiled the movie. It's in the title description, and I keep saying it a million times through this review just to reiterate, respectfully. I would say the main killer out of the 3 ghost face killers in this film, not really counting the first 2 in the opening scene, turns out to be the lead detective helping out the new bunch. And I just knew it was this fucking guy, Bailey. The way his face was, the way he was delivering his lines with a hint of suspicion every time and shit. I just knew it was Bailey. I 100% knew it. I was like, yo, it's the cop. It has to be the fucking cop. It has to be the cop. And I was very underwhelmed when it was revealed he was the fucking cop. I was super underwhelmed. Then it's his daughter who faked her death, and I was kind of like, I didn't care for Quinn. And then the quiet, weird, awkward dude around girls, Ethan, a part of the new bunch. I'm like, yo, I thought it was very, very underwhelming. Having said that, I did enjoy Sam killing Bailey and her stabbing him in the eye and shit. I did like the character's death, but I did not love the killer reveals. And talking about the opening scene, I felt a bit mixed on it. I did enjoy Samara weaving, her going into the alley, her getting killed by a ghost face, and it turns out to be my dude Tony, who plays the character Jason. And I gotta give some credit, I did like how the killer in the opening scene eventually gets killed by a killer, another ghost face that we don't know yet. And I did like this twist. I thought it was pretty cool. In my opinion, it's not one of my favorite openings of the franchise, but I did like it. And I did like the different approach that they went with it. I will say different doesn't always mean good, but I did like this route. I thought the kills were a bit overhyped. Some people were trying to make it seem like these kills were going to be kind of Terrifier level, very grotesque, super gory type of deaths, but I didn't get that. This is coming from somebody who does love blood and gore in his films, so I'm a bit snobbish when it comes to blood and gore. We don't really get any intestines or guts or anything like that, but there are some pretty brutal stabbings. I will give the film that. It is rather bloody. I would be lying if I said it wasn't bloody. I just felt a bit underwhelmed with the kills. I did like the doctor's death when he gets stabbed through the door in his cheek. I enjoyed Anika's death scene that I mentioned before, where she gets her face smashed like 100 feet below. Despite not loving the character, I did like Bailey's death at the end, where he gets stabbed 50 times and then in the fucking eye. And again, my biggest problem is that people were getting stabbed the fuck up and fatally injured, but they make it out and they do survive. And even at some points, people will take a cut like a fucking paper cut, just a deep slash across the arm, or they get carved up quite a bit. Oh, it's nothing, or it's not as bad as it looks, which I'm like, damn. I get adrenaline and such. I do understand that, but I thought that was a bit lazy at times through the film. It was very noticeable and distracting for me. One thing I forgot, another huge problem that I had with 5 and brief moments of this film was Billy coming back as Sam's dead dad ghost. In my opinion, these scenes in 5 were horrible. It felt very Lifetime-ish. It just did not feel like it meshed well with the film. I feel the same way with 6. They did scale it back down a bit. It only happens maybe once or twice in a very brief moments. But when Billy popped back up on the screen as the dead ghost dad, I hung my head again in the theater. I was like, no, not this again. No, not this again. Thank goodness it's very brief in this one. There was easily 4 or 5 scenes of dead Billy dad ghost in 5, and I was just repeatedly shaking my fucking head. Something that I forgot to mention. Some of the scenes that I enjoyed are in the trailer, and I felt that spoiled the element of surprise for me. The shopkeeper scene with the shotgun is a bit goofy, but I did like it. And I felt that if I hadn't seen that in the trailer, I would have enjoyed the scene a bit more in the film. As goofy as it was, I thought it was pretty cool to see Ghostface with a shotgun. I can see how some people would think that's stupid, and I don't blame you. I would have loved it more if I wasn't spoiled by it from the trailer. And I mentioned it before, but same thing with Gail's big scene in this film. It's majorly spoiled in the trailer. But overall, despite all my nitpicks, despite all my problems, despite all me being a snobbish asshole and yada yada, I did like the film. Like, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a good time. Scream 6, I thought the characters were improved from the last one, which I didn't love. Despite the kills being underwhelming for me personally, I did enjoy them more than 5. And 6 does feel bigger than 5 with the New York setting. Me, as a guy that goes to New York quite a bit back and forth, I did like the overall design. There are some noticeable moments where I'm like, okay, that doesn't feel too much like New York. But the subway scenes, some of the alley scenes, the way they were capturing some of the New York NYPD cars and such, little details like that. I was like, okay, this does feel like New York. So it was a bit mixed for me. I got both sides of that during my viewing, as far as the New York setting. But 6 did feel bigger than 5. That was one of my bigger problems for 5 as well, was that it felt pretty small for a Scream film. And it's always nice to hear Roger L. Jackson returning as the Ghostface voice. I love the guy's voice, very menacing, very creepy. Love hearing his voice in all of these films. Even if I didn't love 5, it was still cool to hear Roger come back. I caught this one in theaters in a 3D viewing, which I recommend don't do. Do not catch this in 3D. It does not add anything to the film whatsoever. Just watch it in regular format. But I did enjoy my theater experience. But moving on to the rating, I'm going to have to give Scream 6 a light 7 out of 10. And that's it, y'all. It's your boy Fro Thizzle. Until next time, I appreciate y'all. Subscribe for more. Thank you.